Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now the end of March of 2022, and as we get very close to the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show's release date on May 25th, a lot of Star Wars fans are really also anticipating other TV shows out there, such as the Ahsoka Tano series, The Bad Batch Season 2, and let's not forget about Mando Season 3 and 4. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, here we are, it is getting closer to also the full trailer for the Kenobi TV series, which, by the way, is all slated for early May of this year. It's going to be a big deal because it's going to feature a lot more characters in that full-length trailer. As much as I love the teaser, we still didn't get our very first look at Darth Vader. We still didn't get our very first look at some of the other characters that are involved, like Leia and Bail Organa. So there's a lot of things that are to be revealed in the full-length trailer of the Kenobi TV series. However, that brings us to what George, John, and Dave are beginning to do with, of course, the new Star Wars universe at large. Now, the thing about the new universe is that they really are trying to take a lot of highlights from either Star Wars Legends or abandoned concepts from Star Wars Legends that really never made it to the books, the novels, and or the comics. There is one book, however, that is being done right now that will be released in June of this year that's going to be called Shadows of the Sith. I do suggest that you guys go ahead and check it out. It's going to feature stories about Luke, Lando Calrissian, and a brand new character wielding a red blade. Go ahead and look it up. It's going to tell you everything about everything that happened before The Force Awakens with Luke's life. And that brings us to the big subject today that involves Luke Skywalker and, of course, actor Mark Hamill, and what Lucasfilm is up to with the overall universe. Now, with that being said, however, what's even all the more exciting is that with both Disney and Lucasfilm now focused on their new shows, such as the Ahsoka series and even the Mandalorian Season 4, that are both set to release in 2023, creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are beginning to work on new shows that will be announced this year at Star Wars Celebration. Now, further is described, however, that actor Mark Hamill recently engaged in an interview where he was able to confirm and unveil some exciting news for the future of the franchise and what Lucasfilm intends to do with some of its core characters. Mark Hamill went on to state, "I have been very close with John and Dave. They are just the most sincere guys we will ever meet, and I have been having so much fun working with them closely in The Mandalorian." One thing that I can say about what they are doing with the legacy of the Skywalkers is that they are doing great things with characters like Luke and Anakin. What John personally told me is that they are working at every angle that they can in order to build Luke from the ground up, and what was done in Star Wars Legends that were all approved by George, which I love that man. I respect him so much for putting me in this position. John has also told me that with the Book of Boba, this is not the last you will see of Luke Skywalker, and that I am going to be involved again with new Star Wars TV shows featuring Luke in some way, shape, or form. Now, in case you guys did not know, Mark Hamill was not involved in the Book of Boba. They skipped over that with him, and he was only so far involved with Mando Season 2 and Mando Season 3 in some exciting way that we'll talk about a little bit later. However, that brings us to the biggest subject right now that involves a special project that is being developed by Disney and Lucasfilm to really succeed with the Star Wars universe. That's what they're really trying to do and trying to achieve. They really want to make sure that they can give the fans, especially the hardcore fans, what they have been asking for to see in live-action form for multiple years. Now, separate from all of this, and what Mark Hamill stated, is that John and Dave are indeed developing a young Luke Skywalker TV show that is currently dubbed simply as Star Wars Jedi Knight. We talked about this a couple of months ago. However, this will feature Luke Skywalker as the main character, along with others like Ben Solo, R2-D2, Lor-San Tekka, and other characters such as Lando Calrissian. Now, the series is set to drop sometime in 2024 and will feature a recast of Luke by Sebastian Stan. So far, that, of course, is what Jon Favreau is the one who made the call and who recently had a long discussion with Mark Hamill also to come back as Luke Skywalker in a big, surprising way for the series. by having Mark Hamill narrate as an older version of Luke, talking about his younger days as a Jedi Master. Jon Favreau and Dave plan to make the story as if an old Luke Skywalker is going to be reading or introducing the fans to specific stories and missions that Luke went on when he was in his late 20s to early 30s and mid-30s, showing us the prime version of Luke. This series is set to begin production sometime in late 2023, and a script for the show is getting ready to begin sometime later this year into early 23. Now, Jon and Dave will be including, of course, Luke Skywalker in just about every new Star Wars show to work their way up to the Young Luke series to really get fans familiar with Luke growing in power and evolving as a character throughout the Mandoverse. It's a series that is aimed to become a multi-season TV show, of course, if the first season proves great feedback by Star Wars fans. Mark Hamill is said to be very excited to return as Luke by voice, and surprisingly, Jon is also pre-planning to give him one special appearance as his older version of Luke Skywalker. This is actually a very interesting, way about doing things when it comes to the Young Luke series. Now, the very important thing that I think a lot of fans absolutely need to be aware of is the fact that Mark Hamill has a long history of doing voiceovers and doing a lot of, voiceover work with cartoon characters. I mean, the Joker. Mark Hamill is literally the Joker. So this is not, something that Mark Hamill is not so familiar with. So having him do a narration as an older version of Luke, introducing these stories, these missions to the fans of his younger days as his younger self in his late 20s into early to mid 30s, showing us Luke Skywalker in the days of his prime, right? As what we are seeing in The Mandalorian and, of course, in the Book of Boba Fett. I believe in The Mandalorian and/or the Book of Boba Fett, I believe he's around 28 years old. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe it's right around that age, give or take. So this series is going to, yes, feature him in his late 20s to early 30s into his mid 30s, showing us these moments in time where it's going to flow throughout the years. And it looks like that what they're trying to do is that every couple of episodes are going to hold a different story that's being told by an older version of Luke. Now, it's a very interesting format, and it's a totally different format than what's being done in The Mandalorian, what's being done in the Book of Boba Fett, where it's just a constant one-story format. From what it sounds like what Jon and Dave are doing is that there are going to be several miniature stories of Luke Skywalker's life going on these different missions and going on all these different quests to show the fans all of the different scenarios that he got involved in his younger days. To be honest, guys, I kind of like this. I really do, because it adds a lot of variety. There are going to be some missions and/or quests that some fans may love, some fans may hate, but that's what variety is for. They're going to go through all these different stories. This, to me, is an amazing format, especially with Mark Hamill also getting at least one appearance as an older version of Luke. And that really brings one to question. That special appearance of himself as an older version of Luke, is it going to be himself as a Force ghost? Are we going to see him perhaps where he's still alive and well, but more closer to The Force Awakens, just like in the shadows of the Sith book that's coming out in June? It's a very big question for sure, and there's a lot of things happening right now with that TV show. They're planning to announce this officially at Star Wars Celebration of 2023 next year, so that's also a big deal. Bob Chapek, really is allowing Jon and Dave to do amazing things with this, and to really kind of pick up things, with Luke's life after the Ahsoka Tano series and after Mando Season 4. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to